Hey Minecraft viewers, I am back today with another episode of Minecraft. And today's guest actually is really special. You know how I found her? I was just doing a random Google search for pattern paper piecing because I remember I got this stamp set which had really cute animals, and I wanted to paper piece some of their jackets and clothes on them. So I was searching around for paper piecing and I stumbled onto this blog. And then I started just looking and looking and looking. And since then, I have been following her through her blog journey. She's had many exciting moments, and I'm glad that I got to see those on her blog. And I'm even more happy that she's here today as an Minecrafter with us. Hi, Chari.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Thank you so much for joining us today on Minecraft.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Aw. All right. So, like I said, your blog, I have been following it for a while, and now it's called Mossy Maid. But I know there's a history behind it. You want to tell us about how you got started with your blog and how you came to Mossy Maid?
Well, it was first called Little Miss Littleness, which is actually what my now husband wasn't at the time called our little dachshund Penny. He would call her Little Miss Littleness, and I really struggled coming up with the name, so I just called it that to just kind of start it. And then the longer it went on, I kind of felt like I needed to come up with something a little more simple, like sort of more branded, I guess. And at that point, we'd gotten married, and I'd changed my last name to Moss, so Mossy Maid seemed more simple, and so I just kind of changed it. So it was more me and not so much Penny, because Little Miss Littleness was not me, it was my dog.
Does she still feature on the blog, though?
Does she still what?
Feature on the blog posts periodically?
Somewhat, not too much. She's more of an Instagram star.
Ah,
If you follow me on Instagram, I take lots of pictures of my dog.
I do.
Because my husband does not like having his picture taken, and we don't have any kids, so she has a following, I think.
Take some selfies too, with like just yourself.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get some pictures of you later today. So, all right, awesome. So you talked a little bit about branding, and looks like you changed one of the reasons you switched to Mossy Maid was to brand about yourself and you. And this is a question that I know a lot of Minecraft followers have who are just beginning to start blogging. How do you brand yourself? What are some tips on how do you present yourself and your work in the blog world?
Oh, goodness, I'm not really sure. Just from looking around, you need to kind of have something, I think, that's different as far as the name goes. I drew the little leaf logo on mine just to kind of give it something, because every successful, kind of more well-known blog seems to have a certain look. It's simple, but it kind of has a logo-ish thing going on with its name and its title, and that's kind of where I guess the way it is to focus, kind of simple it, make it more simple, not too complicated, and something that can like last for a long period of time. Something that's easy to remember. Like Little Miss Littleness it's a mouthful, So Mossy Maid's a little more catchy, and yeah, I guess
it's totally you.
Yeah, thank you.
And did you say the logo you designed it yourself?
Yeah, I drew those little leaves in the computer. I'm not a big, I don't illustrate in the computer, but I'd like to get into that, but the leaves were my first attempt.
Ooh, you would like to get into it.
Yeah.
Is that a hint?
We'll see one day, maybe.
Is that a hint for something's coming up?
I don't know, I need to like learn how to use some computer software first, I think, but
Awesome.
my background is in design anyways, but it was architecture, which is very different. And I'm not currently doing that now, just because of the economy, and I don't have that as my job. But like I'd like to get back into design, but I'm not necessarily set on architecture. So we'll see. Who knows what the future holds?
So I guess that brings me to the next question. That is, I know you studied architecture. Do you think that has played an important role in your style, and has it helped you define your card making style in any way?
I'm sure, I know that it does. I am very much a perfectionist. It takes me forever to make a card. Sometimes I
Really? You
plan
make
it
it seem
out.
very effortless on the video. Your
No,
videos make it seem very easy.
it on videos I plan before. I don't know if you've ever watched one where I like pull a piece of paper where I've stamped a bunch of junk all over it and it looks like a big old mess. Yeah, that's me planning because I am not just a fly by the seat of your pants kind of person. I like to plan. I like kind of clean lines. Um, Very much a perfectionist. If something kind of is messed up, it really bothers me, and I'm sure that my background in architecture plays a very big role in that. Very big.
Or it's probably the other way around. You chose architecture because it has this planning
Yeah,
component.
I'm kind of weird. I'm design, creative, but I'm very technical, so architecture was a good kind of thing in between them. But
It's a
yeah.
perfect for card making too. Your
Yeah.
cards really show, perfection. I think the latest one I saw was this one with sequins that you made, putting one in each
Oh,
one.
and all these
And
squares.
it even oriented the same way. That
Yep.
was
Oh, I see.
awesome.
I didn't even notice that. Someone made that comment. I was like, okay.
Your type
Maybe
A
it
is
was on
showing you more
purpose.
than more
That
than
wasn't on purpose.
nice. Very cool. And so tell us more about how you got started into paper crafting. I see that it's kind of natural in the design sense, but did you always start as a card maker?
Um, when I was younger, I really liked stamps. I didn't really make a lot of stuff, but I did kind of have a few stamps. I did make cards for like my mom and my dad. Um, I really got into it, I guess, at the end of 2010 when I sort of discovered that there's this whole world online that I wasn't aware of. And um, that's when I discovered lawn fawn stamps too, which
Mhm.
I'd always loved stamps, but they were never really my style. Like I'd say, "Oh, I like this," and I'd get it, and I'm like, I don't really know what to do with this now that I have it. But lawn fawn was definitely me. So that got me into it kind of heavy, and that's when I started my blog, and that was right before, that was December before I got married in April of the following year, and so I kind of started into it like a new adventure, and my first projects with the blog, some of them or not, I don't even know if they're on the blog, but some of my first projects were things for my wedding. um, but I've had stamps ever since I was younger, and I actually dug out like some of my first stamps. I don't use them. I would never use them now, but I
Can
like.
you show it to us? Are you going to show them?
Yeah, so they're hero art stamps actually. So this one's a little bear on a swing from the moon,
Nice.
and then this one's a carousel horse. Do you see them?
Oh, wow.
And
So
like they
these are
have the
all
date on.
coloring ones.
So like the date on the teddy bear is 1989.
Oh, wow.
And the date on the carousel horse is 1991. So they're pretty old.
But they're really collectible items. You have to
Yeah,
keep them.
so
Don't tamper them.
like I said, I'd probably never use them nowadays. They're just not me, but I don't think I'll get rid of them because they're kind of where I started. But
Nice. So those were also coloring stamps, right? Is coloring something you always liked on the card making side then?
I love coloring. I've colored ever since I was little. I've always loved coloring books and markers and pencils and crayons, and so that's my go-to thing usually is coloring. I have to purposely kind of. It's funny that you found my blog through paper piecing because I have to purposely think I'm going to paper piece this card rather than coloring it because coloring is always what I go to first.
But
So
I
it's
think
funny
it's
that.
also more of on your blog, coloring is definitely, the dominant style. And when I started looking through, I also started seeing that coloring is your big thing.
Yeah.
But you also have, like you were talking about, you have a very defined way of creating crisp designs.
Yeah.
And you bring in a lot of different techniques. I do want to have a discussion on, what your favorite techniques are because you're great at teaching them through your videos. So.
Well, some of my favorite techniques, coloring, obviously,
Mhm.
and I pretty much go to my Copics. Once I found Copics and how well they blend, that's kind of became where I went. I do like to try my hand at watercolor every now and then. That's something I think I'd like to try more and grow in, and colored pencils. And I just got some like Gamsol that I know like Jennifer McGuire's shown recently to blend the colored pencils. I haven't tried it yet because it literally just showed up this week. But I like to branch out, but Copics are my go-to. As far as techniques, distress inks, I like using those a lot. I like blending them to make backgrounds, usually for my critter scenes, which seems to be where I go with that. But there's lots of cool things you can do with watercolors, or I mean with distress inks, and you can make them watercolors. That's where I was going with that, I guess. And then I guess I do paper piece, and I usually make it more complicated than it should be.
It looks good. It looks really nice.
I know, it takes me a lot of time, though, when I get some of these ideas in my head, and I think, why did I start this?
Sometimes you just have to get the idea on paper, right?
I know, and sometimes I'm like, this is a lot of work. No wonder it takes me forever to make cards.
Well, it's worth it. We like your work. So coming back to first, then it looks like you did start with coloring stamps. You also wanted to always color. So that means what do you want to tell us about your first Copic purchases?
My first Copic purchases, I bought 9 markers. I bought 3 reds, 3 yellows, and I think 3 greens.
Okay.
I can't remember. I picked those out to specifically color. I'm looking at my Copics, is why I'm looking to the side of here. It was to color something, and I don't remember what specifically I was going to color. But I did do some research online to realize that, you know, you got to buy them in their sets. So that's sort of how it started. I'd buy them in like sets of 3 to where
so you were well prepared when you went for buying your Copic.
Yeah, I didn't just buy like that starter set where you couldn't blend anything. I did a little research because, you know, they're an investment. So yeah, I looked into it, and I tried to look around and find them a little cheaper online, like at Dick Blick Art Supplies, and so that I wasn't spending tons of money because I wasn't sure at first if I'd really like them, but it turns out I really do.
Now you're just addicted to them.
Yeah, I do, and I have to. I think I've slacked off on buying them lately because I've got a pretty good set of colors. I think I have 200 now, maybe.
Wow.
I doubt I'll ever have all of them because I don't need them, but yeah. I
thought you don't really need all of them. Is that true? Do you feel that's true?
I think so, but I think
you never have too many Copics.
Well, that's true, but partly for me, I think like darker, deeper colors, I don't really tend to color that way. So maybe I'm okay with not having those colors.
I see.
But I have tried when I've bought them to buy them kind of in their families so that they blend together. So I'm not just buying a whole bunch of yellows. I try to buy them within their number sets so that the ones I do have work well together. So.
Nice. So you were looking to your left, no, to your right when you're saying you're looking at Copics, but I see some more behind there. What are those markers?
Oh, behind me is buttons. I'm going to turn my... So there's some jars of buttons, and then those on the bottom are stickles, and they hang upside down on my shelf, so they have Velcro on the bottom.
Oh, wow, that's a nice tip.
Yeah, so I really like stickles too. Can you tell?
Nice. Yes, I can tell. And that's a cool idea to store them. You can usually it like all gobs up at the bottom, and it's pretty hard to get it out.
So this keeps it in the tip all the time. I haven't really had. I think the black one gave me a little trouble, but most of the time they're pretty good off. But then my Copic. Let me see if I can turn my computer around here. Okay. So my Copics sit on a shelf similar, but they're above my desk.
Oh.
In these little,
nice. And while you're turning your camera, can we get a quick tour of the craft room, please?
Well, I'm trying to keep it so you can't see the mess. So
no, I want to see the mess. We're all messy crafters.
This is my desk. I actually cleaned it up.
Nice.
And I have a little board up there where I have cards that people have sent me. And
wow.
So there's my Copics, and there's still jars of buttons on top, which I just got those recently. And there's some little drawers over there. There's all my distress inks.
Nice.
Yeah. And then
the little cubbies are your distress inks?
Say that again?
The little cubbies where you have something.
Oh, yeah. So those are from Stampin' Storage. You can buy them online. And that's the specific one for distress inks.
Oh, nice.
So it's square. Although I'm thinking about getting another one for my other inks and just putting them in there sideways. Yeah,
it looks really nice that you can see things. I know I'm also a very visual crafter. If I don't.
Well, and I organize mine by people write on the sides, but I just swipe the ink on a
Wow,
piece of paper
nice.
and put it on the side, and I don't actually have the names on them. I just kind of
Right.
know them by their color.
Pretty cool. I have mine somewhere up here. Just a second. Uh, there. I write on mine on the side.
Put the name on the side. A lot of people do that, which
Yours is a better idea, though.
well, because I can see them, and then what I do is I'll like grab a bunch that I think go together and stack them next to each other, and then I can see how the colors look together. So
Yeah.
that works for me really well.
Yeah, that way you don't have to like pull them down, see the lids. Sometimes I have to even like put it on the paper and see, are these two going together? This is going to
Yeah.
save me a whole lot of trouble.
They're
Nice.
already on the paper when you do it like this.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah, and so let's see, what else do I have by me? There's a basket of blocks there, and then I have these. I'm gonna set my thing down here. So I have these little drawers that I bought. I have some more markers up here. So I have distress markers and memento markers and various things up here. And then these drawers, I bought them at Target. I don't know if they sell them anymore, but you can take the drawer out, which is kind of cool. And so like this one is all full of washi tape.
Wow.
So I have 2 drawers of washi tape. And there's the other one.
Wow, nice. Can we have today's giveaway as you organizing someone's craft?
That's what Kelly at Lawn Fawn would love for me to come organize. And then we've got some more tape in it. And then these actually are full of Hero Arts inks. And I've done the same thing. So I've swiped it. I actually wrote on them.
Very nice. That looks even better, I think, than I've seen like people make swatches and use those sometimes, but this just connects the ink to the paper itself.
The actual thing. And I have swatches, but I tend to just use this. I pull them out, but so these 4 are that, and then these are my new Studio Calico inks, which don't really have a good home yet, but really.
Wow.
And let's see, what else do I got here? I have a big shelf back here.
Oh yeah, that's a very popular shelf, I think, with crafters.
from IKEA, and so all my Lawn Fawn stamps are in these teal bins, which they still need a little organizing because I need to fix my dividers. They're just kind of pieces of cardboard, and I got lots of paper, and it still needs some organizing. I just got this not too long ago.
It's all very organized, if you ask me.
The top's a little messy, but and then the rest of my room is not mine. See those shelves? Those shelves are my husband's comic book collection.
Oh wow, nice. So this
Yeah,
is like
and
your office space for both of you.
Great. And then there's lots of DVDs over there in my laundry, so I'm not gonna show you anymore.
Nice. It's very well organized. It's very nicely color coordinated, and I really like your tip about, swiping the ink and putting it on.
It just works really well for me. I'm going to start putting the foam pads on the bottom of them, which I haven't quite done that yet, but I've done it for a couple of them just to keep them all in one place. Because I have a whole box of foam pads, but I'm not sure which colors they go to, so eventually I'll get them all over there.
Nice. Very cool. So tell us more about, you showed us the part of the room that is not yours, and that brings me to the next question. Tell us more about what you do when you're not crafting, about, other hobbies, family, anything.
Me and my husband, we like to go to the movies a lot.
Wow.
Hence the DVD collection, which was hidden by the laundry over there, but we have a lot of DVDs, so we like the movies. We like spending time outside. This summer we hope to get into hiking a little more, because that's there's lots of hiking trails where I live. I live in the mountains.
Nice.
And
where do you live?
I live in western North Carolina.
Oh wow, it's a beautiful place.
And I live in Asheville, which is a very touristy town, and the Blue Ridge Parkway's here, and there's lots of trails and stuff, and we just hope to get into that more, and maybe some bike riding outside.
Nice. I heard it's really beautiful there in summer, right?
Yeah, it is. It's really nice.
Nice.
It's just now starting to get warm. It's been kind of a rough winter, but it's just been really cold. So we like doing that and hanging out with friends and family. We like to travel, although we don't do it very much just because of cost, but we do enjoy going and discovering new places.
Nice.
We do day trips sometimes. And he reads comic books. I
Shows.
don't read the comic books.
Comic books, yeah, that's true. And TV shows. I think we have a lot of similar tastes in TV shows. What is your favorite?
So we watch, and I really like New Girl is one of my favorites.
Uh-huh.
With
I
Zoe
haven't started
Deschanel.
watching that yet, but I should. I'll take your recommendation. I
Yeah.
saw some things I saw that I think are common for us is Downton Abbey. I like that
Oh
one.
yes, I forgot that one. I was writing them down. Downton Abbey, we watched that. Um, we love Big Bang Theory.
Yes, I do too. We
And
love.
How I Met Your Mother, although now it's gone, but that's okay. Everything has to end at some point.
Yeah.
What else? Oh, we watched Glee,
Mm-hmm. That's a nice one.
and I watched Grey's Anatomy, and
Mm-hmm.
Once Upon a Time. And he watches things that I kind of just come into every now and then, which is like Walking Dead and stuff. I come
Oh
to the
yeah,
I
it's
have to like.
gross for me. My husband watches that too.
So I come in this room when he's watching Walking Dead, and I can hear the zombies in the other room, and I just craft.
Yes, that's what I do too. We are similar that way. I
Yes.
think one more that's over now is Breaking Bad. I used to like that one too.
We haven't watched Breaking Bad. It's one of those that
You
we
should. I think you will like
yeah,
it.
we need to. The other one we want to watch and we'd have to catch up on is like Scandal, but at least it's on Netflix, so we can
Yeah,
catch
yeah, that's true. You like House of Cards as well if you haven't seen it before.
He's actually started watching that. I haven't watched that one.
Nice. Wow, it was awesome discussing TV shows with you. I got some good recommendations. I need to go get my TV watching up now.
Yeah, well, especially now that it's the summer and they all kind of stop, you can catch up on them until next year, right?
Cool. All right, so we are now at the part of the interview which is called the rapid fire round. And this interview is incomplete without one. So, are you ready for that?
I guess.
It'll be
Ready.
nice, I promise. All right. I ask questions super fast. You are going to answer them really fast too. 3, 2, 1. If you were given an all expense paid trip to anywhere, where would you go?
Paris.
Nice. You had that answer all thought out already.
I want to see the Eiffel Tower.
Nice.
I'm an architecture nerd.
Yes. Yeah, it makes perfect sense for you. It's also a very creative town, so
Yeah.
good choice. All right. One thing you dislike.
One thing I dislike, tomatoes.
Really? Why?
I just don't like them. I don't know. I've always hated them. Now I'll eat like ketchup and salsa and spaghetti sauce, but just
You like them disguised in some way, but not like actual tomatoes.
yeah.
Okay.
Fresh tomatoes? No.
Oh, I don't think I'll be able to give you much from my garden, but okay. All right. Most memorable moment in life.
Most memorable moments. I think getting engaged.
That's a very nice moment.
Yeah, we went on a picnic and he gave me a ring, and we'd already talked about it, but it was very memorable.
Nice. Did you know it was coming?
I had an idea because he was like, "Let's go on a picnic," and I'm thinking, "This is
You're
kind
not a
of."
picnic person.
Okay. So I was like,
So you got time to be ready for it.
well, yeah. I was like, we'll see.
Very sweet. All right. So these are more of choice questions. So would you rather have Pepsi or have Coke?
Pepsi.
Nice. Eat a container of butter or drink a bottle of maple syrup?
Mm.
They're both not so
Container of
great
butter, I
choices.
guess.
Which one?
Container of butter.
Okay.
I think
No, it's not
the syrup would make me sick.
I think both would, but okay, you have to make a choice.
I know.
Would you rather skip summer or skip winter?
Skip winter.
Okay, that was a no-brainer, I think.
At this point, no.
Nice. Okay, live in an amusement park or live in a zoo?
An amusement park.
Nice. Okay, now you give us 3 poses for the camera.
Okay.
Cool, that's pose 1.
Okay. can I go grab Penny?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll be right back.
Okay. That's pose two.
And
Really cute.
I'm trying to think of something else to do. I'll just do this.
All right, that works. Okay, so now since this is Ironcraft, it's my time to get crafty with you. And we both actually crafted with a whole lot of lawn fawn goodies. Thank you so much, Kelly, for sending so many awesome goodies to us. So what we have here for our ingredients today is the first one is this set, which is Year 4 Birthday Mini. Hippo birdie to you. I like the sentiment a lot. We also have this set, the birthday tags set from Lawn Fawn as well. And we have the dies that go with this set, which is this. And actually, we have a fourth thing, which was actually not an ingredient that we had planned for, but Kelly sent this to me, and I just had to use it on my card, which is this really nice pattern paper pack. I opened my package, to craft yesterday, and I was like, wow, there's one more thing in there. So thank you so much, Kelly, for the awesome package. So are you ready with your card, Chari?
I am.
All right. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Wow. You first.
So I didn't
Tell us about your
use
card.
the same papers. I used the other pattern papers.
Nice.
If I noticed it you that I would have used them, but
Oh. No, I didn't know she sent that either. It was a surprise in my packet.
so I used the Let's Polka papers, which are also newer, came out with Hello Sunshine.
Mm-hmm.
And I used both tags
Nice.
that I used, and the sentiment from the birthday tags, and then I used the hippo and the hat, but the cupcakes from the tags set,
Right.
and I put him on top of the hippo.
He has a cupcake on his back.
Sprinkled some little things around and did the bow.
Nice.
I actually messed it up and got black ink.
Really?
And I
How?
had to pull my tags off and redo the back, but it's okay now.
You fixed it really well.
I got all finished and it had a big old black smudge right on the side of it.
Oh, I hate it when that happens. I know what you're talking about.
Luckily, I was able to pull them off and salvage them.
Nice. So how long did it take to make it?
I'd say at least an hour. It's little.
Yeah, that's really fast.
The plant.
I tried to capture some of your style, and it actually did also take me at least an hour, but that is mainly because I spent more of the time browsing around your cards and trying to, see what style can I capture from you. So I kept it really simple. I think that is what I felt defined your style, very clean, and there has to be one focal point on the card. And then I have the tag is actually also on the paper from the collection, and this background is from that as well. And I tried to keep it to brighter colors because I thought that is another thing in your style. You always go for the brights and you make it that way. And I don't know if you noticed, this is one tip I saw in some of your cards where you have this white dots or the white shading on the balloon. Yeah.
It's very cute. And you colored. I did color my hippo too. He's not paper piece. So those are my Copic coloring.
Nice. It's really good shading. My shading is okay, but yours is awesome.
Yeah, it takes a little practice. It's not the greatest sometimes.
Nice. All right. So today, Lawn Fawn is sponsoring our fabulous giveaway. One lucky winner is going to get a $25 gift certificate to Lawn Fawn. That is a whole lot of goodies, people. Thank you so much, Kelly, for sponsoring a fabulous giveaway. And thank you again for a really great parcel. I'm still shocked about how great it was and how awesome it was to craft with it. But back to the giveaway. One lucky winner can win it. All you have to do is go to the Ironcraft post and put in your comment and answer this question that Chari is going to ask us. What is the question, Chari?
What is your favorite TV show to watch? It doesn't even have to be on TV right now. It could be old. But what's your favorite TV show?
Or it could be something you want to see later, too.
Yeah, my all-time favorite is Friends, but it's not on TV right now. So.
Right.
Favorite TV show?
Okay, cool. So tell us your favorite TV show and get inspired by other TV shows as well. You might find something new to watch on TV. All right, thank you so much, Iron Crafters, for watching us today, and thank you, Chari, for joining in on Iron Craft today.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me here.
Thank you. See ya.
Bye.